Yo guys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing Rogue Priest. We're actually going to have a bunch of Rogue Priest this week. Obviously, there's not much else I can do. I'm going to be playing on my mage a little bit just to mess around, but other than that, we're just going to be doing a lot of Rogue Priest. We're actually currently like 2400. We're back up to 2400. We beat almost everything. We only lost like 3 out of like 34 or something. So when you're facing this type of comp, we actually mess up this opener, and that's what it looks like if you mess up the opener. As you can see, we get the kidney off. The druid peels. Look at my guy. He fell off the side, and he trinkets, and it misses. So my guy YOLO'd the opener. He double fears, which is okay. I accidentally blind because like we're just not thinking the same thing, and this is our first game, so we're just it was just a bad opener. Right? There's nothing else to say. There's no excuses. Just bad on both ends. It is what it is. So when you're facing this comp, you can kill druids, like it's possible to kill a druid, but you're really wanting to focus on killing a priest, because obviously you don't have to space out the stuns and all that on the druid. Like if you don't get the druid out of form, you're never gonna kill him. So here, as you can see, I kick mind control. You always want to go priest unless like the druid has no necro shield and he's out of form. So what we're doing here is we actually almost win in the opener here. As you can see, we almost do. He lives by a second because obviously everybody knows by now REZ is called a thing. It's still a thing. I don't know why it's a thing. This has to be one of the worst things I've ever seen that Blizzard's add. That you can just freely die without clicking anything. As you can see, he rises. He uses Guardian. Let me give you guys a fun fact here. If you don't have to use Guardian in order for your res to go off, which means you can just die without using anything. You don't have to use a single button. It's literally just a backup plan. So he used Guardian, so it actually just helps us so much. So I'm trying to sap the Druid here. Anytime you can sap the Druid, I actually sap the Priest. This is what happens when you get sapped. We actually get a really smooth opener here, and this is what we really want. Unfortunately, it does break because obviously he had a bleed, so my epic play was, deleted. The good thing is he can fear off my sap, so as you can see, we get Trinket there, and they actually do a really solid go on me here, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to Shadowy Duel so I don't take damage. Shadowy Duel is really good at use for not taking damage from the other opponent. As you can see, he's using Berserk, which means he's bursting, which means using Shadowy Duel on the healer makes it to where my healer doesn't have to just spam on me, and I can just be safe. So here, as you can see, the priest has no trinket, and I have blind in about 5 seconds. So we can either blind or we can double fear here. But as you can see, my guy gets feared down, so we're going to start kiting. I actually blind instantly because he had thorns, and my priest was CC'd. We're using tricks. We're going to tricks our healer, so he gets a fat mind games. And we do kill here, so really good by using tricks. So anytime you're facing something that you can't disarm, all that, just use tricks, and like especially with rogue mage or any double DPS, even with healers. I mean, other than like a Wrestle Druid or something like that, you don't really want to use tricks. I'd rather you just use maneuverability or the talent that reduces your shadow step. But when you're facing this comp, we actually just win the opener. I just get so much crit here that it's just he wasn't even expecting it. He actually played really good too by pre-evasioning my kidney. Usually I don't expect people to do that anymore because it's obviously the game's built off class, spec, all that. Doesn't and gear obviously there's no skill involved anymore. So as you can see, I'm gonna blind here, I'm gonna kidney. He actually evasions it. As you can see, we get this is bad. I think he had no verse. I 1v1 him. So brutal. My guy used his trinket last second in my shadowy duel, so even if he vanished, I could have just sapped him. There was no it was GG. I think he was running no verse. I'm pretty sure he was at like 30 verse. He was doing like a full crit build, but I could be wrong. So when you're facing this type of comp, you're gonna be this is another where you can't disarm, so you're gonna tricks, and all we have to do here is we're gonna tricks and then kill the rest of the druid. You never really want to go Ellie. No, the go Ellie in the opener is really good because you can force the druid out, and you might be able to force a cooldown on the Ellie here. So we're gonna want to open on the Ellie, and then our kill target's most likely going to be the druid because obviously Ellies are gonna have that 0 out of 9 thing on them where every time you attack them they actually heal, and then they're usually gonna have vital out to where you're not gonna kill somebody through vital. So as you can see, I'm gonna pre-smoke bomb. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna backstep the thing. I'm gonna trinket blind. You always want to trinket because as you can see, we get double trinket in the opener, and this is the really why how him running into the bomb is just really bad when he doesn't actually get out. So what you want to do there is as soon as he comes in there and stuns me, you need to instantly trank. Now, usually, like 6 times out of 10, you're gonna get the blind. You'll always get a rogue's blind because rogues like to trinket any stun while they're going. Just make sure if they get disarmed, any of that, they're usually gonna trinket because rogues when they're doing their setups and when they're actually finally gonna do damage, they get bricked up. They get really bricked and they're ready to they're not ready for it. It's like she's on her period and you're like, bruh, and you're gonna do it anyway because YOLO, man. We're rogues out here. We gotta do what we gotta do. So I pre-vanish here to try to stab to Drew. Somehow he gets a result and I don't see him because I'm. Oh, we get a nice good Kenny. Never mind. We get a Kenny. We cloak so we can't let Shayna lasso us. We get a full restun. He actually had time to trank there for about 2 seconds. He would have died because he had mind games on him. But GG to my mans. GG to my mans. So DH H-Bell, same thing here. I like using Shadowy Duel for a kill instead of using it for a defense because obviously H-Pals have a lot of utility in the bracket 2v2. So as you can see, we get a nice good pre-sap. We swap the sap, we get a really good opener. I'm using tricks here, so my guy's damage is gonna be really enhanced. My guy gets the double fear. We almost kill him in the opener, almost. So we get double trinket, we get sack. We're gonna swap to the H-Pal and sack. We get bop as well. As you can see, every cooldown in the toolkit we got very good. And as you can see, we got double trinket without using blades, trinket. That's it. So basically, we're going to do another go here. Now, you can either wait for your echoing and then kill him, or do another go to where you get cooldowns. Usually, I like to just do mini goes when I can. Anytime you can do a mini go just to keep the game going. Even if you can't get that second CC, it's not really about that. It's about getting necro shields. It's about doing something in between to where he's not just pumping your cheeks. So as you can see at this moment in time, I try to get a restart, but I'm rogue, so it's 25 seconds to get a re. We get our 5 combo points, and then as you can see here, we can blind, and then we're gonna double trinket, mind games, and then shadowy duel. The trinkets will go through the shadowy duel. Watch this. Okay? So he gets the mind games off. I 1v1 right as he gets out, and as you can see, we actually got really almost. Oh, it was close. It was real close. I had a 17k crit. Really, that was a fat crit for it being a 2 combo point. That was a fatty. Not gonna cap. Rogue and Mage. This rogue, I have to give credit when it's due. This rogue played really good. Now, when your teammate is G-Pieing the healer, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna sheep you and then start the G-Pie. And usually rogues will just let it happen. But me, I went in for the kick. This rogue 5 IQ'd it where he basically stayed on top of his mage spamming his macro and he actually got me and I was like dude, are you kidding me? I was like, this guy's insane. He was insane. I was like, bro, come on. I have like sticky fingers right now. Yikes. Yeah, there's no taking them. But yeah, I had sticky fingers out here, which means it was like we're warming up. We were just getting her done. So as you can see, we get a really good opener. I can't even see the guy's thing on his bar because I had smoke bomb there. So I spaced my son, unfortunately. I 1v1 him. I stab him in 1v1. Oh, dirty. So I stab him in 1v1. Unfortunately, I'm bad, so I don't get the reset. Yikes, I could have Shadowy Duel, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to waste a Shadowy Duel for a reset when it's 6 seconds for DR. So, as soon as he CCs my priest, we're going to try to vanish. Now, if you don't get it, it's not a super big deal, because obviously we don't have Trinket, but my guy's Trinket Guardian. He still has cooldowns to save me. So, as you can see, I could have pre-vanished. I had like a 0.5 seconds to vanish. This guy uses Blades. This is almost a really good kill by this guy. Almost. Now, I didn't have Trinket, so if he played it correctly, I would have just died. Now, I am running Cheat Death. He actually misses the DB, unfortunately. We cheap shot him here. He Trinkets. We get a restun here, and we're just pumping him. He has no Vanish, no Cloak. He has 0 cooldown, so at this point, you're just gonna do as much damage, and there's nothing he can do, because obviously everything's on DR, and he does get taken, controlled of, and taken out. For the last game here, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be facing the one and only Hunter Druid. So we're running 7-second Kenny here. Now, running 7-second Kenny off on Druid is the best thing that you can do. It's just really good. Now, maybe not in our Rogue Mage, obviously, but as Rogue Priest, it's really good. You need to be running that all the... So, as you can see, we're getting our combo points. We're going to kin him before he can stun my teammate or trap him, because it's really good. Now they can't get the trap. Now my guy can actually do so. So when the Druid's far away, we're gonna bomb. Even though we got the Iron Bark, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna try to sap off the fear. Anytime you can sap off fears is really good. Unfortunately, mind controls, and I waste my van, or I thought I vanished there, and I'm not gonna cap. Maybe I just gotta restart. I don't got that I vanished. I really did, but unfortunately we did not. Now we're gonna sap him here. As you can see, 7 seconds. He decides to click nothing. So, and the hunter was just dead. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Peace, peace.